For Conor, Barnsley back to winning ways. You must be pleased with the team's performance.
Yeah, really happy with today. Today was about winning. Off the back of Tuesday night, we were all really disappointed, deflated. And the message to the players over the last couple of days, we went into kind of an in-depth look on what went wrong against Wycombe, what do we need to kind of prioritise and improve on. And there's been a lot of kind of conversations over the last couple of days, and today was about going out there and winning. And credit to the lads. We went out there, we won, got a couple of goals up early. I know everyone wants to go 3 and 4 and make it look very, very easily, but at any level in football, it's not always the case. I said at half time, I said to the lads, look, we've been here before. We've been a couple of goals up against AFC Wimbledon. We've been a couple of goals up against Manfield. What have we learned? What do we need to get better at? What do we want to make sure that come in at 5 o'clock and we've still got the 3 points? So we spoke about that at half time. And I think, you learn lessons along the way. And obviously the lads done great in second half to see it out.
I've got to mention Didsey again. He scored a goal. He set up the other one as well. I'm running out of words to describe him at the moment. He's been brilliant, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been in a great reign of form. Him and everyone was disappointed on Tuesday night. We took such a big step forward against Leyton Orient and we wanted to back it up against Wycombe. But we needed, a few people to step up today with big performances. The message was to win, but you still needed people to perform properly. And Didi was obviously one of them, along with many others. Vimal was top in the middle of the pitch today. Shep done brilliant at left back. Look, that's 3 and 5 now in terms of wins. The 2 games that we've lost have been Huddersfield and Wycombe, and there's only been losing by 1 goal margin, so they've been very, very tight. So at the minute we're in a decent place.
Yeah, you mentioned Vimal there as well. He obviously got what was in the end obviously the all important goal, a brilliant header. He's back in the starting 11 today, and he's repaid your faith in him to start him. You must be pleased with his performance and the goal as well.
Yeah, delighted with him. He's had real good moments this season. Then he's had a couple of games where he's not been consistent, and he's young and he's learning. Thought today would be a real game for him. We wanted to really have energy in the middle of the pitch. We wanted him to drift out to the left like PK does for us a lot and make us look a little bit more natural in our shape. Because we missed PK on Tuesday night, there's no doubt about that. But he stepped in today and done extremely well. Delighted for him to get his goal, but his energy, his duels, his tenaciousness as he does really well. It's kind of one of his big strengths. Come out in abundance today, so credit to him.
I wanted to mention Mayo as well, actually, who's one that may have gone under the radar over the last few games, but he's come back in the starting 11 and been really solid in a back line that seems to be improving.
Yeah, Mal and Owen O'Connell as well have been brilliant in that partnership since Leyton Orient. We've put in some decent, solid performances. Go back to Tuesday, yes, it wasn't great, and we all know that. But it was still just 1-0, so we're getting slightly better, and I think it's credit to them too. Owen Goodwin's been involved in it as well, and I know the fullbacks have changed from certain games, but I think as them kind of 3 in a triangle, they're definitely improving, and that's down to their own mentality, the coaching, the detail. So it's given us a bit of a base at the minute that we look a little bit more secure. So credit to the both of them.
I know you won't want to keep mentioning Tuesday, of course, but it was important today to show a reaction after that. I imagine it was really important for you, and not only with the result, but the energy of the performance as well. It seemed to be really back amongst the team.
Yeah, there's probably 2 points from the way I think about it. Yes, is the first answer to your question is, the message was to win today, to bounce back, to react, to perform properly, to go out and win the game, which is great, which we all wanted. My second gripe is, we can't always bounce back. We're continuously, losing a couple. Then I say, go on lads, bounce back, and they bounce back. Then we have an opportunity to maybe bounce forward. We don't, then we have to bounce back again. So can we become that little bit more consistent where we're not always asking the lads to bounce back, that we're actually, putting back-to-back wins, and we look like a proper consistent team. So look, we're learning, we're all learning, the players are learning. There's young lads in there, that are learning on the job as well. Everyone's doing great, but we need to keep pushing and keep wanting to win more games of football.
The Reds were coasting really in the second 45 minutes. The opposition got a goal back from almost nowhere. In the end, Barnsley get over the line, but it's good in the sense that they were able to show the other side of the game, that grit and determination.
Yeah, and I think we've done that against Leyton Orient today. And if you can't, go and get the third and go get the fourth, which everyone wants, and I get it, but it doesn't always happen like that. I'm delighted that the lads suffered a little bit towards the end and saw it out, because that brings on confidence, that brings out characters more than anything. If you concede a late goal there, everyone's down in the dumps again and everyone goes, it's happened again, whatever. But no, the lads stood up to it and they defended properly and they saw the game out, which is a trait that every kind of successful team or winning team needs to have. And we've not had that a lot this season, but we've done it at Leyton Orient. We did, obviously, like you said, the midweek game was poor. but we did it again today. So that's 2 games in 3 2 games in 3. Sorry, that we've kind of shown a different side to ourselves. So it's coming, and along with our goal scoring record and how we attack and how we play is great as well. So there was a real pleasing aspect from the way we saw the game out.
Just a quick word on Jack Shepherd. He obviously went off injured during the second 45 minutes. Played well today. How is he after the game?
Yeah, we hope that it's not too bad. It's his knee, and he's still walking around after the game, and he's not in a brace or getting serious treatment. So we hope that it's going to be okay. Will Tuesday come too soon? We'll see. But first kind of impressions is that he's just had kind of an aggressive bang on it, and hopefully we'll settle down pretty quick.
Just finally, Conor, is that exactly what we needed going into what is obviously a big game on Tuesday against tough opposition? That big performance today.
Yeah, it was. We wanted to bounce back. We wanted to win. We wanted to put in a proper performance, and people stood up today and really showed that when they get asked to take on certain roles and the information we gave them over the last couple of days, they can fully take it on. But, we all know it's going to be a challenging one on Tuesday night. We'll go for the game as always, but that will breed confidence in how we played today and saw the game out.